Hello, Coach Liz here. All right, today I want to talk to you about dealing with addictive foods. Do you have any foods that you feel like maybe you're addicted to sometimes, or you have a hard time controlling the portions? It might be sugar, it might be salt, something like that. Well, Dr. Anderson wants to address this and how to avoid that. And it all goes down to balancing your blood sugar. But let me tell you the resources that you have to learn more about this. In element 16 in your life book, Dr. Anderson has a whole element on dealing with addictive foods. It's really good. Also, on page 40 to 55 in your Habits of Health book, he talks more about this and how our bodies are designed and just knowing why you crave foods more than others. But one thing he talks about is that our bodies were designed to store fat. Over 10,000 years ago, when we didn't know when our next meal would be, we would eat as much as we could when we had it to store up fat in case there was a famine or a time that we didn't have food. So when you'd find a bush of berries, you'd eat the whole bush, or you kill an animal, you'd eat the whole animal because you were storing up fat to save up in case there was a famine. Well, fast forward 10,000 years, we're probably not going to experience fear of famine. We have plenty of food. We never have a shortage of when we're going to eat next. We always know when our next meal will be most often. And so our bodies haven't changed. They are still designed to store fat, but our environment has. And so we have to shift a little bit because so often in the food industry, it is designed to make foods so that you want to eat more. Fast food companies do the same. They add a lot of salt and sugar because our bodies become addicted to that. They've done studies with rats and mice that it is more, sugar, for example, is more addictive than cocaine. And so how do we manage this? Number one, balancing our blood sugar. That's one thing that you're learning on your health program is learning to eat 6 small balanced meals per day to balance your blood sugar. That's going to help you avoid the hunger and craving. It's also going to avoid those blood sugar spikes so that your body isn't releasing all this insulin and storing all of that glucose into your fat cells and your muscles. By doing this, by balancing your blood sugar, your body is not storing fat. It's just using what it's eating, and you're eating smaller balanced portions. So that's one thing that I love about our program. You're learning to balance your blood sugar without even knowing it. By using the fuelings that are designed to balance your blood sugar, by eating lean and green foods, you're learning what foods to eat most often, what to choose at restaurants or grocery stores, things that will balance your blood sugar. A few other things that balance your blood sugar is water, sleep, exercise, mindset, learning to manage your stress. Those are all things also that help balance your blood sugar. So those high five that we talk about all the time, that's actually helping you to balance your blood sugar so that your body's not storing fat and so that you're avoiding those cravings of sugar or carbs. Another thing is setting your environment up for success. You buy your willpower at the grocery store. So stop buying the things that you're addicted to or that you're craving, because next time you're at a point that maybe your blood sugar has dropped, you're going to crave those fast carbs like the sugar and the white flour. And if those are in your house, it's more likely that you're going to eat them. Also, avoid bringing things into your home that you're going to have to white knuckle through if you see it sitting out, if you're stressed or hungry. If it's not in your house, you're less likely to go and buy it. So you're going to be much more successful by buying your willpower at the grocery store, by stocking up your home with healthy things, healthy proteins and vegetables that will help you make those healthier choices. So that's one thing, but also just recognizing that foods nowadays are designed to get you addicted to them. So avoiding a lot of refined sugars and white flours, keeping that a very minimum of when you eat those during your optimization phase. Sticking with those whole foods, those healthy carbs and the proteins and the low inflammatory foods are going to set you up for success to avoid those hunger and cravings. So there really is magic in balancing your blood sugar and just setting yourself up for success in regards to addictive foods, and just knowing your weakness, knowing that those things are probably not going to go away. It's probably not going to get to a point that you'll never want sugar if you feel like you're a sugar addict. But just like an alcoholic does, if they want sobriety, they eliminate it from their environment, and they also try to eliminate hanging around the people that might trigger that are drinking in front of them too often. So that's how you set yourself up for success, is your surroundings, your mindset, and planning ahead. So if it's something that you feel like you're addicted to, it doesn't mean that it will ever go away, but you just course correct. You set your environment up for success. And number one, you set your body up for success by balancing your blood sugar. And that's one thing that I love. When I crave sugar, I can reach for a healthy fueling that I know will balance my blood sugar instead of spiking it. So those are a few things that I use. And then also stop, challenge, choose. When you have a craving, stop and think about it. Why am I craving this? Is there an emotion that's causing me to want this, to buffer some kind of emotion? I always like to go get a big glass of water when I have a craving, and I just chug a big glass of water. I wait 20 minutes and then like reassess if I really want that. Because often a craving will go away whether you feed it or not in about 20 minutes. So whether you sit through the uncomfortableness of a craving or you just go and busy yourself by doing something that will actually help that emotion, maybe reading a book or taking a walk or sweeping the porch, like getting something done or something that's relaxing instead of covering it up with food. So those are a few of my top tips on avoiding addictive foods and just becoming aware of why we crave those things and how to set ourselves up for success for long-term, just a lifestyle that you're not feeling addicted to those foods. So check out those resources that I mentioned and just being aware of your environment. So that's my challenge for you this week is really set your environment up for success. At the grocery store, that's where it starts. So I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you later.